It's a mental thing. You start clanking them, and your teammates start.
What
it's
up,
contagious.
guys?
Now, percentage-wise,
Finally,
shooting in the low 30s, it's
we are the one
horrific,
who's raping them.
great. And they have to improve their
But touch
accuracy
wood,
from deep in the second
me,
half,
my man,
or they're going to
Tyler.
have a hard time coming back.
Tyler is
All
red.
right, that is going to wrap up our halftime
I'm
report,
blue.
as it's just about time for the
Finally,
start of the third quarter.
it's a rematch. But we start the broadcast late because we worry we get raped.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
What a game from...
Wait a second. Let me check up on one thing. What the fuck? This is a bit shit, right?
It's a comforter cover. Saya look here. It's the opening here. Oh, down here. Eh? Oh lah, nah.
Oh, fucking shit. No wonder they smooth lah. This is Wala.
Alright.
Use a towel to cover themselves. It's the worst thing ever.
Why? We're gonna resume this thing.
Kalau itu cuy yang cover. Biar saya cover.
LeBron, 13 points and 4 assists as well.
He's just been impossible to contain. He's been unreal in this game.
Utterly fantastic is how I would categorize that performance, Greg.
Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season. Yet quite a year for him in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. You know, he did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine a first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's
Kevin Love.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively
An awesome three-point
from the
shot.
triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. What a sweet assist by CP3.
Yo.
For Paul, you talk about the lack of talk about him last year. Very quietly came close to the 50-40-90 club.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Oh, CP3 is in Clippers, eh? What the fuck is wrong with the camera?
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so
CP3
far.
Paul is CP, yeah.
The 50-40-90 club.
He's the Jordan player.
Scorers will reach it, and Paul came close while playing point guard. He might not get the height he used to, but CP3 is very much still one of the best in our league.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Redick dishes to Griffin. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher, there's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top.
You cannot broadcast
advantage.
Yeah.
As you said with the Clippers, Greg, they did decently against the Eastern Conference. But of the Western playoff teams, Clark, they had the second-worst record against the Eastern Conference.
You know, things like that matter, Kevin. I mean, they struggled against Eastern Conference playoff teams, went only 6-10 against those teams last year.
For three, Love. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Back in the game, back
And
in
it's
the game.
9 points for Kevin Love.
Back at you. I mean, they
I got you,
immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from
Play the timeout,
behind the arc.
Checking something.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He was intent on running the offense through Jordan. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Cav, it'll be interesting.
And thanks for that story, Doris. The Cavaliers leading by 8. And Fry kicks to Irving. That drops.
Awesome.
Irving's got 11 points.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
No denying that injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Just now, pro like shit. Now, fucked up.
And that trip coming up.
Good lah, must go. Come past James. James.
Their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
Clippers trail by 10. Rivers kicks to Crawford. Lots of room. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Crawford's got 6 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Wasted no time on
Awesome. 11 point lead.
This defense is giving their shooters free reign to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems, because they can hit it even when you start to defend it with intensity.
Green, the screen. Rivers passes to Green. Here's Jordan, and it's sent back by Irving.
You saw that shit. James,
outside.
go.
Crawford with the steal.
What the fuck?
And now the Clippers on the break. Here is Mbamute. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
It's been a good one for Luke Mbamute.
I'm sad for James,
he has
man.
11 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Did you see that
and
miss?
that's been an important part of his game today. It's really space.
What the fuck?
This is
He
his
just
first
dropped
free
the
throw
ball.
of the game.
James.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line.
Lucky ass motherfucker.
You know, it's been a rougher year than he expected at the line, guys. I mean, he's seen the numbers dropping off for him this year.
He hits both from the stripe. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup.
Oh,
How
my
about
God.
The Clippers last year followed those steps The reward
almost wanted to use James to spin
against the
in, run in,
defending
but
champions
there's
of
one guy
the San
spinning.
Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case. And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get. Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round one in a 7-game emotional series, and immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round two.
Yeah, foul in, man. In your face. Awesome.
Great opportunity for a three-point play.
Good passing, Tyler. Good passing.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for James. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Wesley Johnson's checked in for Mba'amutu.
I'm the one who's passing to you.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history.
Dellavedova dishes to Irving, launches it, can't get it to go.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Green.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Moskov.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Cole Aldridge. He's checked in for Jordan. 46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Rivers with it. Dishes to Crawford. That's tipped.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
What nonsense. See that? You see that?
For Cleveland, they have made 3 free throws so far.
Make sure you don't fuck this up,
man. And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Moskov, and Kevin Love is subbed in for Channing Frye. The Clippers also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Reddick comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Rivers.
Oh, they missed the dunk, bro.
Go for it when you see the chance for that alley-oop.
Yeah, nice passing, bro.
Best of him right there.
Harry Alvarez.
An open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Shit.
And again, no good by the Clippers. Outside,
Fast, bro.
Stops, pops. The putback can't.
Oh my lord, what was that?
Cavaliers lead by 11.
That was like a time buzzer beater way. That dunk would be a buzzer beater.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Clippers trail by 11. Kevin Love out there with Smith. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Tristan Thompson. And it's Irving at the one. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And now the Cavaliers.
Fast
break. Dellavedova, that's good. Dellavedova's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Cavs. And for the Clippers, they're shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Here's Griffin. Power down with both hands.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
I mean, he has got power.
Good one lah. Awesome lah.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Last quarter, right?
Los Angeles calls timeout. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Green.
What nonsense!
An update for us, Doris.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
And you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
What are we doing? You lose with.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Paul kicks to Griffin. To the right side.
Inside.
Paul outside.
Shit.
The feed to Griffin. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for
back in the game
as he is on the bounce. And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Jordan the screen. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. 4 on the shot clock. Redick with the bucket.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot. And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Cleveland leading by 7. James, the pass to Dellavedova. Let's go. And the shot no good, a bit short for Los Angeles. They've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. That one goes. Count it.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things.
Slam cam.
Saw that coming.
Oh my goodness, he's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Cavaliers have gone an outstanding 4 or 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Good in the
saw that pattern shot.
And now it's
amazing
a 9-point
shot.
Cavalier lead.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Paul dishes to Griffin. The jump hook. Great tee that time from Love.
It really depends on them to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on them, they expect them to make it.
Pass to Smith, going to pass to LeBron.
The 19-footer.
What the fuck? Sorry.
The Cavaliers leading by 7.
Okay.
There's the pass to Smith. From deep 3-point range, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
Oh,
feeds it to Griffin. Soft touch off the glass. Now just a 5-point Cleveland lead. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Smith. An absolute bomb.
Oh, all the way.
Now in the fourth
I
for the
read the shooting ring. Read it nicely.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 8. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Cleveland making a change here. Irving's checked in. Jordan against Thompson. Kicks it out to Paul. He's looking for Griffin and finds him.
Oh, Boji.
A rejection by Smith. The shot by Redick, no good.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a
Oh, good shot, amazing shot, Ty.
Talking about leading college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's
awesome,
a bunch of good rebounding taking place there.
Awesome shot.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the
Perfect. Blink
Fantastic
on the ring.
Passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
Blinking green.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen.
Oh.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Wow. And you saw no inside is now.
11-point game.
Change.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Mbah-a-Moute. Good D by Thompson.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Cleveland.
They really had to go and Clark. Their offense propelled them.
Yeah, in this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference.
And beyond the actual result of this game,
what?
fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous
Such a simple shot
for Irving. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Tell you what, they're going to have to do a better job of boxing this fella out than that.
No one between him and the hoop. You're right, Clark.
Yeah, and you don't want to be giving up, guys, putback slams. That's not the kind of play that could build confidence.
Irving.
And here are the Cavaliers now. 6-point lead. Yes, and it's LeBron
yes,
picking up the assist.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they
Few more
never
seconds to
coasted.
go.
To me, that's a
seal
sign
the
of
deal.
a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have. You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play.
And he goes in for the dunk.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Here's Paul. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Griffin. Count it.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the
yes.
An incredible rebound right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was
one of the most amazing game we have ever. One of the most amazing match so by far. We have played. Right.
That you probably want in your
By
career.
far, this is one of the best.
And the Clippers call time here.
Awesome, man.
They're trailing by 7. There's 25 seconds left in the game.
James also on point with this match.
There's 25 seconds left in the game.
Shit,
and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Come on, fella. Power it down. That dunk was ridiculous.
There was absolutely nobody that was going to get in the way of that.
Foul?
And not when he's coming in with that kind of force.
All right.
Tristan Thompson taking 2 shots.
And no good as the first free
What
throw
am
missing
I
for him. We'll see if he
doing?
can nail the second.
What the fuck?
And he does get the second
No
one.
blinging.
And that increases their lead to 6. Here is Paul.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
Nails it.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Go. Boom, yeah.
Down with both hands.
I saw empty.
That two-hand mop to slam
Chance.
was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Oh boy.
Mbah-a-Moute with the steal. And so it's
Seal the deal. Even the lead is not much. We managed to kill Clippers.
And time now to go courtside as we send you
This
over Doris
is
Burke from the side.
amazing.
Doris?
Even though it's the middle of the night,
Thank
but
you,
it's
Kevin.
still
LeBron,
amazing.
tell us a bit about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was plenty of intensity on the floor.
Holy shit, right? Holy shit, right?
They have the same aspirations, and that's winning the NBA championship. So it's a great game. It went down to the wire, and gave our beautiful fans a great show today, and it was fun.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so the 2K Sports post-game show.
Let's see who's the MVP. Who's the jump?
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's
I think it's
present our
either
Jordan
Irving
player of the game,
or
LeBron James. He notched
LeBron
his
James.
season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching.
Number 33 with 33 points.
You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed
So,
the game.
we
For
wrap
Shaquille
up this
O'Neal,
match.
Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports
See you
crew, I'm
guys
Ray
in another
Johnson.
match.
Have a good evening.
Ciao.